What's up everyone? Thanks very much for your support on the previous video. I hope you find it useful. So far we've gone over how to hold your drumsticks and how to read drum music. Again, I had some lovely feedback saying that it was quite useful, so yeah, I hope it made sense and hope I didn't blab on too much. I hope you could understand the some of the terminology and things like that. So for today's video I thought we'd have our intro to kind of what it's all about, what we're going to cover in the next. So I'm basing the curriculum on a book called Let's Rock Drums by Rock School. So Rock School do a really comprehensive drum program from grade 1 right all the way through to grade 8. Now this isn't in grade 1 yet, I don't think. This is like you're in super early introduction to drums. There's some quite fun stuff in there. It's very much based around rock drumming for now. Later down the line we get into kind of jazz and fusion and a bit of funk and stuff like that, which would be good. That's what we're going to focus on for now. So if you want to buy that book, I think it's about a tenner on their website. Head to rockschool.com or just Google it and you'll see. But if not, if you don't want to invest in it equally, that's fine, because I'm going to run through all the kind of pieces of music and play them. What you won't have at home is those that it kind of laid out in front of you, but that's okay. A lot of drummers kind of play by feel, play by ear, and a lot of stuff that I'll teach you that I'm pulling from their music, you'll be able to play along with me and hopefully be able to understand. So I've got my metronome with me, so that'll be set at 90 beats per minute for most of these I checked through. So if you've been using a metronome, if you're going to use a metronome, then that's the speed I've been using. As I mentioned before, you don't have to buy one. You could just use the click on a laptop and just use your hands if you want. The book itself goes through different drums and different cymbals, and some of the terminology there. You already know the snare drum. We've got the bass drum down here, which you use with the foot and the pedal, and we've got the hi-hat here. Your other cymbals do a variety of different things. Your ride cymbals usually here or here, and you've got various different crashes and stuff. But I'll go through that in a different video as well. We can do some more specific stuff. So today one of the first things that we go through is single strokes. So I've got my trusty metronome set to 90 beats per minute. I've got one earphone on because I couldn't hear last time, if I'm honest, when I was whacking the snare drum. So for the single strokes on a snare drum, or on any drum for that matter, is as simple as right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. That's your single stroke, and that's the most common thing that you do while you're playing drums. When you're following fills around the drum kit and things like that, generally it's going to be right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and that's what a single stroke is. So 90 beats per minute. It's given us 4 bars to play to understand right, left, right, left. It sounds simple, and it is, but it really does create the foundation of what we'll do later, and we'll look at today with some rests and things like that. A rest is where you don't hit a note. And that's it. That's your 4 bars, single strokes at 90 beats per minute, which feels pretty slow, but that's okay. You go at your speed. This recommends 90 beats per minute, so we'll stick at 90 beats per minute. The next thing we're going to look at is our double strokes. Your double stroke is your right hand goes twice, your left hand goes twice. So you've got your 4 beats in a bar, and instead of alternating right, left, you go right, left, right, left, left. And again, the book's showing us 90 beats per minute, so we'll do it at 90 beats per minute. Further down the line, double strokes do become more complex, and you start to begin to use the bounce of the drum itself, so the tightness of the drum head, in order to get the stick to bounce back, and then you hit the drum twice, for instance. For that, I'm only moving my hand kind of once, and then you time it with your other. So you can speed it up and speed it up and speed up, and effectively, it's the beginning process of learning the drum roll. By controlling the stick like that. So that's kind of where double strokes lead to, and you can actually create much faster drum fills as well if you get really good at double strokes. So the next coordination pattern we're going to look at is called a paradiddle. It's a fun name, but it can be quite difficult to get your head around to begin with. It took me a while when I first started playing drums. They become really useful for alternating things around the kit and coming up with some funky beats again, kind of jazz, funk, Latin, and definitely some metal fills in there that utilise this. Paradiddle. So before we can start hitting the snare drum and you start watching my hands, starts off like our single strokes and then turns into a double stroke, and then you kind of have to alternate between that. Effectively what they are is coordination exercises. So we'll run through the first paradiddle. Don't worry if you don't get it first time. Take some time, pause the video, go back to the start, think about it. Set your metronome again at 90 beats per minute because it is quite a nice speed to get your head around with paradiddles. There you go. So we're going to look at a couple of rests this time. If you're following through the PDF or the book that you've got at home, it's page 16. And we're only going to do 2 examples of rests. There's quite a few in the rock part 2, which is where we're at. If you're brand new, then that might be quite a bit to process anyway, and just get your head around those paradiddles, and certainly focus on getting those paradiddles down. Rests are effectively where you rest, so you don't hit anything on that beat. Run through it. It's called resting on the 4th beat, which is exactly what it says on the tin. So you're going to not hit your 4 and your 1, 2, 3, 4. And the key thing to remember when you're doing this is what stick you're going to start with again when you come back in on the 1. For instance, so your 1, 2, 3 is right, left, right. If you're right-handed, we'll stick with right-handed for now. If you are playing left-handed, switch everything as there. So you go right, left, right, rest, and then when you're coming back in on the 1, it's right, left, right again. You don't then start on the left hand again because it can mess up your technique, and it becomes more prevalent, and it doesn't matter right now, but further down the line again when you do stuff with your hi-hat and your snare drum and things like that, and complex stick patterns, it's really good to start the 1 with your right hand. So that's resting on the 4th beat. Again, 90 BPM. Rest. The next piece that we'll work to is called example 2, and that's resting on the 2nd beat, and it is exactly what it says. So on the first one we stopped with our left hand, and on this one we're going to stop with our left hand as well because it's on the 2. The previous one was on the 4. So let's have a play through that and see how it sounds. Again, 90 beats per minute if you can. So slightly trickier because as soon as you start, you're skipping that 2nd beat, and then you end up in a bit of a triplet pattern with the ba, 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 but it's on the 2. So when you come back in at the end there, they show you they don't get rid of the 2 on the 4th beat, on the 4th bar of the overall piece of music. So you play that 2nd one there as well, just to keep you on your toes. Okay, so we've run through 5 things there. We've gone through our single strokes, our double strokes, and our paradiddles, and we've also done 2 pieces of music involving rests and understanding rests. As I mentioned before, if you just started, that can be quite a lot to take in. So we'll leave it there for now, and I'll come back at you next week with some more rests and some going to be some full kit stuff in there as well. Getting used to rock beats. Thanks very much for watching, and for all your support on these videos. I'm having a lot of fun doing them, so I appreciate the fact that you guys are getting something useful out of them as well. Again, further down the line, if you want to see anything, if you're not quite sure on anything, drop me a message, leave a comment, whatever you want. If I can answer it, I will. Thanks very much.